Welcome to the Georgia Avenue Podcast. I'm Trevor.
I'm Vic.
And I'm Travis.
Travis, how's it going, man? Good to see you here.
Good to see you guys as well.
Mr. T. I remember one day I was in my fucking work van going to work, and I hear this motherfucking loud ass car coming down the 472, right? I'm just finna get on the damn I-4.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker, I'm looking in the rearview mirror, I was like, damn, it look like fucking Travis's car. This motherfucker came around me, and all I could see was zzz. He was gone. And then I don't know if you knew that was me or not.
Oh, I remember because I got on I-4 about 20 seconds later. I got a call from you. I'm like, what was Vic calling me all of a sudden in the middle of something while I'm driving?
Yeah, you were hauling ass, man.
I'll never forget it. You're like, I called up like, hey Vic, what's going on? You're like, slow the fuck down.
This motherfucker thought he was in the airplane. Go ahead, Trevor.
Well, while we're on the topic of incriminating stories, so is that the fastest you've ever gone? Was that moment or like?
Oh no,
If you could even talk about that.
No, I mean, I take it to the track a couple times a year.
That's right.
Yeah. So I've got it up to like 165. It's about the fastest I've got it up.
Shit. I got up to 191 once. And then I stopped eating like rice and shit. And now I'm down to like 187.
I was going to say 191 and what?
Yeah,
yikes.
Weight.
I think I hit 100 once in my this old little Mitsubishi Mirage I had. That might have been the one. But it was pretty scary.
That little black car?
Never go 100 again, yeah. I know it's only 3 cylinders, but it
bitch ain't
eventually
going
got
100.
up there. It eventually got up there.
Where were you at? Going downhill somewhere?
I think I was driving from Colorado to somewhere. I was out somewhere, not in Florida. I wasn't on I-4 or anything like that. But it was somewhere late at night. One of those times I was on the road, on a little road trip.
Yeah, awesome.
I don't like speed. I like the idea of speed. So Travis, Georgia Avenue, I guess we ask this question to everybody. I mean, obviously, we know that you and I met long ago. We can get into that. But you and Vic, down on Georgia Avenue, probably, let me guess, I don't know, COVID time like everybody else? Have our little COVID segment as per usual?
Possibly. I mean, the whole PH scene and stuff is where I kind of got turned on with it with Lauren. And I mean, I think she knew everybody kind of before I did.
Because she was
with
working
her work
there.
and everything. So, I was kind of just easing on into it, just knowing everybody kind of through that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I remember hanging out with Vic. Like, who is this guy? This guy is fun. He is rolling in like he owns the joint on his own golf cart. I'm like, this is the epitome of what Georgia Avenue needs to be.
Well, yes. I forget, you guys built your house in 2017?
About that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. So I remember you moved in, and I know you had come there a couple of times to Persimmon Hollow. We had gone out there to have some beers when you guys were first getting the house finished. And Lauren fell in love with that place and eventually worked there for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
So, I guess you were going to be there regardless, right?
Yeah, I've always,
Whether or not Georgia Avenue was the attractive place that it is.
And it is. Yeah, I've always loved that place, whether Lauren worked there or not. It was a place definitely I was kind of drawn to. But over the years, just, she worked up as far as being her status and stuff there. Working.
She started running that motherfucker.
She did. She did an amazing job. I was so proud of her, with that. And now she's working at Main Street, working with the greater DeLand area. And it's just amazing the contacts and the friends she's made and just the friends we've made together.
Yeah.
It's just been great. It's amazing. Family is what I feel like the best term to describe PH and all the people and the patrons that go there. It's just,
man, I can't believe that I still can't get a relationship with your daughter. The only time I really had a great time with her was once here at Tom's when somebody else was talking to her and they were like, is it okay if Vic come over here? She was like, yeah, I guess. So then she would talk to me. But once Lauren said, if you want Arby to be your friend, come down fucking Georgia Avenue on your golf cart playing some damn Taylor Swift. Mm-hmm. And I did, and you should have seen her. I when I turned the corner, her and Lauren were outside, and she heard the fucking music, and she was like, I was like, oh shit!
Do you remember what song it was?
It was. I had a playlist. I had a lot of the songs that she liked,
Right on.
and I put it on the golf cart, and Travis and Lauren got in the back, and we rode around town. And man, she fucking sat in the golf cart next to me,
Yeah.
and she had a fucking blast.
I bet.
But after she got off the fucking golf cart, that was it. And no more motherfucking talking to him.
Well, she only just stopped being so shy with me too in the past year or so.
Really?
So yeah, she was always pretty shy.
Yeah. She's a good kid.
She is.
Yeah, I was talking to Lauren the other night, man. I gave her a compliment on, I think she's done a really good job, with Arby. Being a good mother, man. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Indeed.
All right, well let's go back a little bit far. I guess what was it? 2000 and oh darn, must have been 03, 04. I want to say. When did I start working? Yeah, my first job was at Arby's, and I'm not sure what your first job was, but that's where we first met.
My first job was at Winn-Dixie out in DeBerry, one of my friends from high school. And I ended up getting fired from that place 2 weeks later because they thought that I stole $100 from the register. I shit you not. It was like $100.03 over on my till that day. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but that did not happen. Apparently the manager got, fired for skimming money, and I was the scapegoat. Yes. So, and that just really kind of chapped my ass,
Fucked your whole career up, man.
Well,
just imagine where you would be now.
Well, I think we're gonna find that out because perhaps it led to so many more interesting things.
Yeah.
So then you came to Arby's.
I was actually at Subway for about 6 months or so, and then Troy, my brother, ended up telling me that really cool scene there working at Arby's. A cool guy named Trevor was over there among a few other cool people, and that I should really apply, go over there. And I said, well, I'm kind of hating my life here, working sandwiches while I'm, going to college and stuff. So I'm like, I would like a good time, So applied there, got into Arby's, and, well, we had a good time.
I think regardless of the Arby's connection, we were destined to meet anyhow. Because I guess that's kind of what I was getting at. It's an even funnier story. Because it turns out that your mother was dating my uncle. Yeah. We found out, or pretty early on in our first couple months of working
and it was
together.
such an indirect, finding out with that as far as happenstance.
Yeah, I won't repeat it the way your brother puts it, but
it was like, your mom with my uncle? What? What? No. Yeah, that's happening.
You want me to imagine what he said? I can say it.
And then, so later on down the road, they get married, which is great. Mm-hmm. And so we were destined to meet anyhow, but certainly those Arby's days, there was a lot of stuff going on there.
There was. And I mean, sometimes friends turned into cousins. I mean,
that's right.
That's the Arby's way, I guess you could say.
Sounds like incest.
So I guess that puts 21 years on us. Our relationship's old enough to buy vaping products now.
Or beer. Lots of beer. Mm-hmm. Indeed. It's been a long time. It's been a great time.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So, Mr. Travis, what do you like so much about now that Lauren's gone and she's not really married to Salmon Hollow? I mean, what brings you back to Salmon Hollow, Georgia Avenue every now and then?
Oh, like I was saying earlier, 100% the people, just gotten a great, friend network and stuff there over the years. Just recently we had my 40th birthday party, over at my place. Just it was a huge group of people, and almost everybody was there were patrons of PH. It was great. So whenever I go in there and on a good, Monday with the mug club and stuff, it's great seeing a bunch of people, or even on a Friday, it's like, wow, we get the whole table going on, and it's just great catching up with everybody. I love it.
Sweet.
The camaraderie.
All right, so I really want to get into the meat and potatoes of it all, I guess, for why we got you here.
Okay.
So, we talked about the Arby's thing, and so from what I recall, and obviously I didn't remember your first few jobs, after Arby's, that's around the time you started Embry-Riddle, right?
Yep, I started there in 2003, graduated in about 2007.
And I don't recall you and then you were in the business after that, pretty much, pretty quickly, right?
As far as the aviation business, you're talking about? It was not a direct path, unfortunately. It took a while. After about 2 years of coming in, Embry-Riddle being very expensive, so I was like, oh God, I didn't come from a huge wealthy background.
Biggest one, right? Most prestigious, maybe, in terms of
they call it the Harvard of the skies, but it's just because I think it's so damn expensive, honestly. Yeah. But after 2 years, the initial scholarships dried out, and it's like, hey, you're going to have to start taking out private loans or finding some other sources of income, in order to finish graduating. I'm like, oh crap. Like, I don't come from a wealthy background. My parents aren't loaded. Like, what am I going to do? So I went, explored some avenues with some scholarships. I always figured out that I wanted to serve maybe with the military at some point. So I was like, let me try maybe doing ROTC or something, right? Try to get a scholarship with that. Explored some different branches, ended up settling with the Army, got a 2-year Army ROTC scholarship there with the National Guard. And they paid for my last 2 years of college and everything. Sweet. So got a stipend and everything. So it was pretty nice. They didn't pay for my flight ratings and stuff, but they saved me a lot of money with doing that. And I gave them a good 7 years after that as a commissioned officer. Did some training and stuff off and on for about my first year after I graduated. That's essentially what I did after I graduated. I went to all of my active duty Army schools. And then when I came back, that was like towards the end of 2008, right when that, lovely recession hit. Mm-hmm. And, nobody was hiring anything, especially flight instructors. Nobody had any money to spend on flight training, So here I am, bunch of debt. What am I going to do? I'm trying to, become a flight instructor, gain time and experience. Nobody's hiring anybody. It's like, oh shit, what do I do? So I was applying everywhere, man. Just like, I ended up finally getting a job after several months, like an inventory manager, doing inventories and stuff overnights and stuff. The hours were terrible.
Is that at an airport or something?
No, it was at different places all over, like retail and stuff like that. Yeah. So we did like Victoria's Secret, we did PetSmart, just all this stuff.
So you were like almost like an independent contractor, third party company that all these big retail businesses.
It was an inventory company. And so I was like a manager in the company. Like I had a team that we would bring in and stuff. And I would talk to the store managers and kind of manage the inventory process whenever they were doing it. And it just, it was not a fun job. It was just trying to get by. Yeah, it was tough. And I finally found out that my National Guard unit out in Daytona, I ended up becoming an air defense artillery officer. So shot planes down, surface to air missile style. So that was fun. Getting there, doing all the training and stuff with that. And then I found out my unit was deploying to Washington, D.C. to guard basically prevent 9/11 from happening again, guarding the special use airspace and stuff out there. And as soon as I found that out, I'm like, okay, well, gonna quit this job like tomorrow. So I literally turned in my laptop, my keys, all this stuff. I'm like, you know what? All right, I'm done. I'm gonna float some loan and some credit card stuff. I know what I'm gonna be paid with the Army. You know what?
Was that a new project they were starting, or what was this? Why were you guys being stationed out there? Had something happened recently in the?
Well, it was a rotating mission with multiple guard units throughout the whole country. So like we were like number one of like 5 or 6 units that did it every year.
Oh, it's just
and it actually comes down to the Constitution, because if you end up shooting down a passenger plane, say, right, in the event like with 9/11, right, normal Army can't end up knowingly kill like innocent civilians. It's in the Constitution. The only people who can actually kill civilians is the National Guard. So that's why it ended up being a National Guard type mission, because of the collateral damage with civilians in a mission like that.
Wow.
It's a terrible scenario. You don't want to think about that, but unfortunately that's just kind of what it was. So, and we were stationed there in DC.
I had never heard that about the Army before.
Mm-hmm. It was it was a unique mission with the Army. And the weapon system that I was on was one in the entire world, the only one in the entire world that the actual U.S. Army had. It was the NASAM system.
Wait, so sorry, something just clicked in my head now. Mm-hmm. Like, so now I'm thinking about Kent State, right? That's why it was the National Guard there.
Yes,
And that's why there wasn't a lot of repercussions.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Wow.
What was that? What are you talking about?
Kent State, 1967?
I'm not sure the actual date, but
Gosh.
yes, that's why usually
Sorry, I didn't
National
do research.
Guards
I
are
didn't-
done
wasn't
with
expecting
civil
Kent State to come
matters because they're the only ones that are authorized to actually use lethal force in civilians.
So National Guard was called in on some civilians?
There was protests going on, so they were there for, like it always was back in those times. There was always a lot of security and control,
60s.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and I don't want to sit here and recall any details or, mistakes rather. So I won't go into the whole Kent State story, but some National Guards ended up hurting some protesters and students, killing some.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunate, yeah.
Somebody's pointing up 4 fingers. Apparently 4 people got killed. Wow.
May 4th, 1970.
70.
So, all right. Wow, that's interesting, man. Yeah, didn't expect any of this to come up. So you get out. What's the next move?
Yeah, after
What
that,
year is it? 2011.
this was almost 2011, end of 2010. So while I was there, I was able to kind of capitalize on the situation that I was given. I ended up saving a lot of money when I could. There was another captain actually who had his own private plane. He ended up flying it into Manassas, Virginia by DC. And he's like, hey, I got this crazy idea, Travis. He's like, hey, why don't we start a flying club within our Army battalion? And I'm like, that sounds freaking amazing. I was like, let's do that. These guys, these soldiers got some extra money. Maybe they want to do something that they haven't done before. Maybe take up some flying lessons. And, it's going to benefit me as well to where I can end up giving some instruction time given, to where I can be more marketable when I get out. And it was just a win-win. The soldiers ate it up. The battalion commander loved it. We got it sponsored, and I ended up doing about 50 hours of instruction with multiple soldiers and everything. And it was a great time.
Cool.
And I got back and had that on my resume, and I was getting multiple calls right when I got back, and ended up taking a job out in Dallas, actually, for like Chinese contract flying for about 2 years. Because a lot of people don't know, actually, with China.
Chinese contract.
Yeah, with China, people don't realize that there's no general aviation in China, right? There's military and there's commercial passenger airlines. There's no Cessna 172, doing touch and goes and stuff in an airport in China. They just don't allow it there. So the only way to get experience as a pilot, if you're in China, is to actually outsource all of your future pilots to somewhere, get their training, and then they come back as airline pilots. And a lot of that happens out in the U.S. here. So one of the places that I worked at was U.S. Aviation Academy out in Dallas, and that's what we did. And we took on these contracts, and it was interesting because it was interesting and fun and challenging at the same time because we had that language barrier. I mean, we couldn't even pronounce the people's names, that they were there. So we gave them American names, be like, oh, there's Henry, there's Fred. Fred did some great landings today. And they got to pick him and everything. And it was really cool learning the different cultures and everything.
Mostly young people, or were they
Yes, they were all very young, ambitious, very smart and intelligent people. And it was a great time. I enjoyed my time there. So I did that for about 2.5 years, and then I got on to my first regional airline job. I kind of worked my way up, Now I'm at United. I've been there for about 3 years. So
That first job, was that the job in Sanford at what's the airline over there?
Oh, Allegiant?
Allegiant, yeah.
No. Before that, I was actually a regional pilot out with United Express. It was called ExpressJet. So we ended up moving to where I got based at initially. So Lauren and I moved from Dallas, where I was flight instructing, out to Chicago, where I was based out there with ExpressJet. And we lived there for another about 2 years or so. And got some more experience in there, just at the busy airport of Chicago O'Hare. And then, I ended up learning about Allegiant. I'm like, have you heard about Allegiant? I'm like, who the hell is Allegiant? What's talking? He's like, yeah, they got a place down in Sanford. It's like, that's close to where you live, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's like half an hour from where I grew up. And they're like, you should check that out because they do day trips and you can be based at home and go literally, you don't have to be on the road every day. You can go home, sleep in your own bed every day. I'm like, well, that sounds pretty sweet. Let me look into that. And yeah, I applied and I heard back from the very next day. It was hilarious.
How long was that ride?
That was about 6 years. And I was planning on being with them for a while. Just kind of had a difference in what I was thinking the company was going to do versus what I thought they were going to do. So there's kind of just a fork in the road, especially when I upgraded to captain. I was like, you know what? I feel like they're going in this direction. I don't really see that that's kind of going to be benefiting the pilots and for the future. So I decided to get out.
And you're now based out of Orlando?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Cool.
So drive to work. It's been amazing.
But it's a bitch getting home in the evening if you have to come home in the evening.
It is. I mean, but it's Orlando. I mean, I know plenty of people that drive 4 or 5 hours to start their trips and stuff. Thankfully.
And if you take that Mustang.
I do. It's right now. It's my daily driver, which I hate. I hate racking miles up on that thing.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's what's been happening for the last year or so.
How many's on it now?
Oh, God. 46 since I just got back from my mountain drive.
46 miles.
46 miles. Total. Yes, and they're all at the track now. Just 46.
Right. You just got back from a big Shelby meet. You were telling us a little bit about that.
Yeah,
We're having dinner.
3 days of mountain driving out in the Smokies and stuff. It was amazing. A lot of GT350s and 500s. Just
So when you're not in the skies, you're on the roads, huh?
when I can be, and then with my overnights and stuff, I like to hike and stuff. That's my other passion. So I like to drive. I had a motorcycle. I want to get another one very soon. So riding, driving, and then hiking, I think probably my top 3 things that I really am passionate about and love to do on my free time.
Was it always the skies, though? Flying?
I didn't really...
The career goal, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't...
So you're there. Because we already talked about your family. We know you got that on lock.
Mm-hmm.
And then as far as I know, it was always the flying. So
yeah, until I was about a junior in high school, till I really kind of realized that's what I wanted to do. It wasn't something I grew up like a lot of pilots and stuff. Like, oh, I want to be a pilot when I grow up. Yeah, I didn't really.
So when you were in 3rd grade and the teacher says, "All right, Travis, hold your hand up. Tell me what you want to be when you grow up." What'd you say?
I was like, "Miss Penn, I want to be an astronaut." She's like, "That's right, Travis. You go ahead and you be that. You be that astronaut. You go into outer space because you're a space cadet and you just don't even pay attention half the time."
I wonder what the percentage is of that being what a person actually does when they get out of fucking school.
It's interesting
What they said in the fucking 3rd or 4th grade.
do they still do career day, you think?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
It was a pretty big deal. I remember in like middle school. So the last time I remember them doing one, maybe that's when they stop. For
What'd you say?
I don't think they do it for high schoolers.
What'd you say?
Well, so I don't really remember the early career days from like elementary school, but when I was going to middle school, what they did for career day was they basically shut school down for the whole day and just all kinds of people were there, took over the campus. It was like being at a, career con or whatever. And you just got to hang out and go to all the different booths and, they're always there to display stuff or show you things. I never really was really set. When I was a really little kid, I guess I always said I wanted to be a lawyer. Like, like any other kid, doctor, lawyer, astronaut.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was about it. That was the only time I was ever was set on something standard or a regular job. Because once in my teen years, I was just obsessed with, not being a conformist and selling out and getting stuck in a suit. As much as I would love to wear a suit to work every day.
Getting stuck
but maybe not in that corporate style.
You didn't want to be in the cubicle rat race.
Not that I was ever going to be either. Like none of that stuff ever interested me.
Right.
I wanted to be in the arts or in, like sports. I probably wanted to be probably talked about being a race car driver when I was a kid, I'm sure.
Hell yeah.
Because we had go-karts and stuff, I think. Or, someone did. Someone in the neighborhood did.
I always knew that I never was cut out for being in an office as well. Whatever I was going to do, I knew it wasn't going to be in an office. It needed to be something else.
Yeah, I never was I don't know. Look at me. I've never been really career focused, I guess, as that's never been the main focus,
Yeah, me either. I've never had any fucking goals, man.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying don't have goals.
I had no fucking goals. When I got out of high school, I was like, what the fuck I'm going to do now?
And
Fake winging it.
I'm still,
And you're killing it.
by my experience, even if you're convinced you want to do something and you get to do it, like sometimes after 6 or 8 years, even like you kind of do what you wanted to do and you move on. I've seen, people, I don't want to call it burnout because that's something different, but some people accomplish their goals and then they're like, all right, now what? Like, and there's so much time to switch and pivot if you want to, too, I think. I've seen people do it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what's the use of a career day, I guess, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Not advocating for us to abolish it, but.
So tell us about this trip you just came back from with the car, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Tell me about that.
You mentioned it was up in North Carolina.
No, it was Kingsport,
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Wow.
Tennessee, like Kentucky border, I guess you could say. So, yeah, it was. Ended up staying at the Marriott Convention Center. There's like 126, I think, GT350s and 500s that were out there. It's a huge deal. We ended up having a whole group from Colorado come over, like people from all over.
How do you guys plan this? You guys like stay in touch all year round?
We do, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. We ended up having 5 different groups and stuff. Normally you stay in the same group every year, unless you want to switch or whatever, but most people don't. You end up getting a good camaraderie and stuff with it.
And you guys are all from different locations? Are you all locally together? Or
I think there was one new guy that was from Florida. There was another guy that normally was from Jacksonville that actually didn't come this year. But other than that, I was the only other guy from Florida. Everybody else was from everywhere else around, the Eastern Seaboard.
On your way up, do you you guys like, hey, we're going to meet up in Jacksonville at Buc-ee's, get some gas and get some jerky, and
we do that sometimes, like with the local meets and stuff, but not for there. Usually, we'll just meet up, and just do our runs and stuff there. We have a group lead that plans all of our events, our stops, and everything, where we eat lunch and everything. And the good thing is, the cops and stuff kind of leave us alone. If we're in groups, it's like the event coordinator ends up talking to all the people in the area, including the cops. Like, they know, like, they're just, okay, hey, you going into town, don't be crazy. Don't do burnouts. Don't go crazy in the speed limit. You want to go out and have fun on the county roads and stuff, we'll leave you. And they do.
Yeah, cool.
So you can have some really fun spirited driving.
Would you compare the experience to what you saw up there, doing all that? So why do you think it's so hard because the people that come down here for Bike Week or, Jeep Week, and I mean, I haven't gone to any of those events in over a decade, but it's always so obnoxious, right? Like,
it is.
I don't know if you go to those things around here, but
it is, and it's just totally different.
I guess there's a lot less of you, perhaps, than
there is.
Bike Week's kind of a big, thing.
It is, and Bike Week's a little different because that can be like driver focused and stuff. People will go on runs and everything, but like the Jeep Week and stuff, it's more like people hanging out, stuff going out there. It's not like driver intensive, driver focused.
You guys are out there to drive the cars and see things.
Yes, we're out there to drive.
So I'm sorry, was it all Mustangs and Shelbys, or
Shelbys?
Just Shelbys exclusively?
That one, yeah.
And I mean, so what was the variety like? A lot of different decades of Shelbys? Or?
Mostly the newer generations. There was some Super Snakes and stuff out there.
What's a Super Snake? That Cobra?
It's like they made a newer one of it, like out of the S650 platform. I think it was supercharged, like 850 horsepower.
What motor was that? Like a 427?
I don't really know what the base of that. I think it was the modified Coyote engine. I don't think it was the Predator like in the 500. But,
man, what's the difference between a Mustang, a GT, and a Shelby?
Well, the 350s, it's the engine. It's the flat plane crank 5.3 liter Voodoo engine. So that's the big difference of it, based off the regular GT Mustangs. So you've got the Coyote 5.0s, and then you've got the Voodoo engine that's in the 350. Just a completely different animal.
Really?
And yeah. The gearing, just everything with it is just completely different.
I was in a pop car the other day, and I pulled up beside this Looked like a Mustang. I looked over there. I was like, damn, how do you open the fucking back door? You could literally see where you could open the front door, but you could not see how to get into the back door. There was a back door, but you could not see how to get into the back door. It was Mustang Mach E4 electric.
Oh, those are Mach-E's, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That fucking car took off from the light so fast. It's all electric.
Mm-hmm.
Pew. The bitch was gone.
The Mach-E's get a lot of hate because it's not a traditional Mustang. You know, it doesn't look like a Mustang, but it's got the badge and stuff. So they get a lot of hate with that. But I'll tell you what, the people that I've heard that own it absolutely love it. You know, they just...
Are they previous Mustang owners?
A decent amount of them aren't, actually.
Right.
So maybe this is because they don't know what they're missing.
How do they compare in like speed and performance?
It's just like most electric vehicles, super fast and torquey off the line and stuff like that. But it's heavy. It's not going to handle good around a track like a Shelby or anything like that. But, you know, it's good for what it is. And apparently the people that own it love it, which is cool. So hats off to Ford for making something different. Kind of
Thing looked pretty neat. It looked real nice.
Yeah.
It kind of favored a Mustang, but I was like, this ain't no fucking Mustang.
That's what a lot of people say.
But the bitch was fast.
Mm-hmm.
It took off fast.
Faster than
I think
off on the line.
I think it took off fast because I was looking so fucking hard. I was like, this bitch don't have a back door latch. And he was watching me, and I was looking at the fucking car. I'm gazing all over the car, and then he was like, I'm gonna show this motherfucker something. Gone.
So these new Shelbys, I guess, they're pretty engine focused. It sounds like, as it probably should be with, you know, machines like that. I was thinking, are they as much computers as like a lot of new, you know, what would you call them, commercial cars? You know, your basic Camrys and things like that. In terms of like the mechanics of it, does that make sense?
No, it makes sense. They try to keep it fairly analog with the at
Thank
least
you, analog.
that
That's the
unit.
word I was looking for.
As far as with the generation with us, there's no like driver, like adaptive cruise control. There's no driver sensor. I don't get blinks whenever like I'm close to a car or anything like that. And I love that. I drive my wife's car and I can't stand that shit. You know, whenever I hear all the blinks and stuff.
Can't stand that fucking safety shit.
Boop. Yes, I cannot. I hate it. You know, I have a backup camera. You know, I have a standard cruise control. It goes the speed and I can disengage it whenever I want. Like it just, yeah. I can't stand all of the sensors and stuff. I feel like we're taking a step back with the driver component on that.
I remember, Trevor, I don't know. I remember one night, this motherfucker let me drive the Shelby.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Where to?
I think I came from McCabe to Persimmon Hollow to Georgia Avenue.
Yeah, I think that
I was so fucking nervous, man. I was like, what if I would burn the clutch up in this motherfucker? But he sat there, man. He sat there and he was patient with me. I was like,
When was the last time you were in a manual before then?
ooh, it had been a minute. But I mean, it's all the same. I mean, you know, I don't think you ever forget.
Right. Like
It's just that they're all kind of different. You know, the shifting and the clutch pressure and all that stuff is a little different in most of them. But it was basic. He won't let me do it again. I don't think he'll let me drive that motherfucker again. Woo. It was a night.
It was a night. Yeah.
It was a night. It was a fun night.
Quite a few drinks. That's why I couldn't drive the Shelby for sure.
Right.
But
That's
yeah,
good.
it
It
was
was a good
good.
choice.
Put my drunk ass in the driver's seat. Well, I guess if anybody gets stopped, let this motherfucker get stopped. Was that your rationale?
No, I don't think so. I think we did rock, paper, scissors, was it not?
I don't know.
No, I don't.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Let me keep it for a weekend, man.
You want it for a whole weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, one night.
Give you. All right. Just don't put in the clutch. Keep it under 150. There you go.
I'll come back to your car, be all fucked up, man.
It probably will be.
I thought it had safety devices so I could see the car next to me. And he was like, there's no fucking safety devices. I told you that.
So as a pilot, how much of this leisure time do you get? I don't know how busy pilots stay in terms like what's a work week like for you? You get to work from home a lot, I guess, right? Not work from home, but stay at home, right?
Decent amount.
Come home.
Yeah, time, because when you're on the road for like days at a time. You know, it's not a typical job as far as, 9 to 5 or whatever. But the thing about being a pilot, it's all seniority based, and the longer you've been at that specific airline, the better schedules and quality of life you get. Whether you're a first officer or you're a captain, those two different positions have their own seniorities within them. So you can be a junior captain or a junior first officer, or a senior first officer or a senior captain. So a lot of people what they do is they end up being fairly senior on the first officer side before they upgrade to captain, because they love that nice quality of life to where they can end up getting the best trips and they can end up getting the most time off. So as I'm working my way up right now, I'm a first officer with United, about kind of in the top 35 to 40% out there in Orlando.
So what's a good schedule look like for you?
It's
Orlando to Minnesota and back and home?
It's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Do about 17, 18 days off is what I'm usually averaging off a month.
Straight or broken up?
No, definitely not straight. It's off and on.
Still a lot.
It's still, yeah, it is.
That's half a fucking month.
More than half, yeah. Some airlines are less. You're looking like 15 to 16. But yeah, when you're a little bit more senior, like with what I am, like I'm getting 17 to 18 off a month.
So do you find that helps with your ability to balance family life and your professional life?
Oh, absolutely.
Is it like, it sounds pretty good. Sounds like as far as having
sweet.
a career goes and having a kid and wanting to be there and all that.
Oh, it is. Sometimes Lauren gets sick of me at home. She's like, go back to work.
It's like, that's any fucking relationship.
Exactly. It's just, and yeah, with that, as far as, being on the road and being gone for days at a time and then being home all the time as well, it takes some getting used to. And right now, with me not working, that's something we actually haven't talked about in this episode right now. Like, since January, I actually haven't been working and flying with United. So I've been on a long-term disability situation with my heart. So,
damn, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're doing better though.
I am actually. I got a procedure done with it. So it was a cardiac SVT episode. So just kind of like a racing heartbeat that I had going on back in January. And they ended up treating me in the hospital for it and realizing that it was an SVT. So I got an ablation to where they cauterized some extra nerves to make sure that it didn't happen again. They did that about 2 months ago. Yeah, about 2 months ago. And
how do they cauterize something on your heart? They didn't open your chest.
No, they actually, it's, like with certain kind of modern healthcare procedures now, it's all minimally invasive.
Sure, the little cameras that go up your...
They didn't even need a suture or anything. It was crazy. They just did a catheter and they put it up here and they like put some glue over where they went in, and like you didn't even notice in like 2 days where they went in. But they went in one of my groin areas here, put a catheter all the way up to my heart and mapped it out with these massive screens and everything. It was super crazy.
Damn.
And they had a couple different doctors and stuff.
Were you looking at that shit?
I was looking at the screens and stuff. I'm like, man, this would be a really cool football game to watch over here on these things. This would be great. And they kind of put me asleep, sort of. They did some kind of gas or something. Like they kept me in and out. I don't remember really anything of it, but apparently they cauterized like 5 different spots in my heart to where it doesn't happen again. And it hasn't. So I've been working out, keeping my heart rate up, going back down. Haven't had any issues,
Good.
Fingers crossed. So it looks like in another month I should be able to go back to work.
I guess your fucking heart got jealous, man. You fucking flying and you fucking riding fast in that goddamn car, and your heart was like, I'm sitting here doing fucking 96 beats a minute. This bitch doing 187 miles an hour. I want to fucking go fast too.
It went fast. I think my second one, it topped out at like 230 beats a minute.
Wow.
Yeah, I was on a heart monitor for that one. They're
Wow,
like,
what's normal?
Normal? 65 to 85 beats a minute.
That bitch was beating.
Oh, it
I
was.
think like 140 is when
That
you're
bitch was a Shelby.
It was.
140 is when you're at a
red
good run.
God
You know,
damn.
if you're on a good jog, I think you're supposed to be at like 140 or 160 maybe.
Yeah.
But that's when you're in the middle of exercising.
When you're in your 20s, your max heart rate's at the most like 200 beats a minute. Like I was at 230, and I'm 40 years old now. I should not be beating that
Yeah, no.
that fast.
Wow.
So, but yeah, thankfully, it's all good. So,
What's your favorite place to fly to?
oh,
Like if you had to have a layover somewhere, I guess.
I have to admit, Cancun is definitely one of my favorites.
Cancun. Sick fucker, you.
I thought you stayed in the States for the most part.
Oh no, we actually fly all over Central America, Mexico, Canada.
Oh.
Shit! I'll tell you about, man. We're actually doing stuff. These are Orlando trips that you can bid on now. We actually go.
Bid?
Yeah, it's where you.
As a pilot?
You bid
Yeah.
for your schedule and stuff. Like you can bid for these trips that they just came out this year, where you'll go into Newark and then you'll fly Newark all the way to Madeira, Portugal. We fly from Newark to Portugal in a 737. That sounds fucking terrible as a passenger.
How long,
I would never do that in the back.
how long is that trip? How long is that trip?
Oh God, it's got to be at least 7
7
hours.
hours,
Yeah.
Is that a trip as a pilot? Would you do that in one day, back and forth?
You would, yeah.
Damn.
It's not augmented, so you only got
Imagine
two.
that.
You only got 2 pilots. It's not
Yeah,
three
man.
or more.
What's going on,
like,
Travis?
What's
Yeah,
it?
I
What's
just
it?
came back from
What's it like in a
Portugal.
cockpit? Actually, like we're not allowed in there anymore.
Well, when we close the
As civilians,
we close the door up, we go up to altitude, we all take our clothes off. We end up having a scotch. It's it's great.
Wow. I guess that's why kids aren't allowed in there anymore.
Edit that shit. Edit that shit.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff you see up there, man? Like flying at night or daytime, like just clouds, and I guess what other people see when they sit in their window seats. Or
Ain't no shit flying around, no flying saucers and shit.
oh no, Travis has a story about that.
I have a story about that. I didn't know.
No,
That's the first
no,
time.
you don't.
There I was.
Trevor would love to hear
ET
that
coming
shit.
out right now. No, I
Yeah.
haven't seen anything like that.
Nothing, man. You sure?
No, I mean I've seen some cool stuff.
You just don't remember.
Don't get me wrong. I've seen some beautiful sunsets. I've seen some amazing sceneries with some mountains and volcanoes.
Crazy weather, volcanoes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You see fucking smoke coming up out of them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
And
down
you
Central American stuff. Yeah, quite
should
often.
fly right over. Hey, hang on. We're going to go off course for 2 seconds here. We're going to go right over top of this volcano. Hey.
That's
Look
not
down there.
advised.
No?
No, because like the volcanic ash and stuff, it actually turns into glass, like when it gets in your engine and stuff and heats up.
Oh, wow.
So it's like soot and sand and stuff. When it melts, turns into glass. And
Have you ever had to go off course?
yeah.
because of,
they have volcanic SIGMETs,
Yeah.
which are like pilot reports for severe weather and disturbances like volcanic ash.
All right, we're going to take it right at the next stop sign. They're going to stop sign and shit up there.
We
dude.
can make an extra left here for a couple 100 miles, and then we're gonna go around the volcano. Yeah.
How long it take to go 100 miles in a fucking airplane, man?
Not as long as you think. Like
About 2-3 seconds.
I'd say, let me think, about
Minute.
40 miles every 5 minutes or so
40 miles?
at cruise. Yeah.
How fast are you going? And it's the way I can understand it.
Knots.
Fuck knots. I'm talking about like
Twains.
miles per hour.
They measure it in
Miles
twains,
per
I
hour,
think.
500 to 600.
Wow.
Yeah. Depending on the winds and stuff,
Sorry, I was
That's
making
good,
a Mark
man.
Twain joke.
Say it again.
No, everybody said. I said they measure it in twains.
Twains. Okay. I don't know if I even.
That's how they used to measure the rivers for the paddle boats.
I might have fucking read some Mark Twain shit when I was in 4th grade, 3rd grade.
Twains. I mean, I know the knots, but I haven't heard of Twains.
So, oh my God, of course I'm not going to remember it right now.
Oh, I didn't mean to call
It's
you
so
out on the
embarrassing.
spot.
No. So Mark Twain is his, author name. That's not his real name.
That's not his real name.
But as a kid, he used to spend a lot of time on the paddle boats. And so they would drop like a little, basically a fishing line with a sinker on it. And that's how they would measure the depths of the water. So they knew where the paddle boats could go. And it was by Twains. And for whatever reason, he decided to call himself Mark Twain. I can't believe I can't remember his real name right now. I'm embarrassed. I have to edit this out and then go over that and stitch it together.
It's life, man. Fuck Mark Twain.
He invented stand-up comedy, though.
He did?
We can move on from there. But yeah.
All right. I was going to ask Travis something, but it was going to be fucked up. And I'm kind of glad I fucking can't remember now, but
Okay.
it'll come to me in a little bit.
That messed up? Like,
Yeah, now, no, not that messed up. It was more fucking hilarious than it needs to be, I imagine.
oh, okay.
Yeah. But I'll think about it in a minute here. Eat a fucking gummy or something.
There you go.
Or one of these
We'll circle back.
So you
to
spend
it.
a lot of time in the
outdated
service
cough
industry.
drops.
Being a pilot now, do you encounter a lot of bad passengers or passengers that are issues, or is it pretty like everyone's chill?
I mean, definitely over the years, in the last few years, like people are just getting more short-tempered and stuff. I mean, a lot of that has to do with the fact that everything's so busy. There's so many people.
Sure. But nobody's like showing their ass or
Delays.
saying bomb or nothing stupid like that.
No, just so many delays and stuff. The airspace getting so saturated. We don't have enough air right now. The biggest problem with all the delays is the lack of air traffic control personnel and stuff. We're thousands of air traffic controllers short in the system right now, and they're desperately trying to fix that. But right now, you go into a place like Newark or Chicago or something, or San Francisco, you're going to be having delays. And I mean, and it's just from, they can only handle so many people.
That reminds me of a episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Does it now?
Where this fucking guy, he's sitting down and he's drinking, he's drunk, and he's asking the attendant to give me another drink. I want a double scotch with no ice. She was like, "No, I'm not serving you again. You've had enough to drink." He's like, "Get me a double scotch with no ice." She's like, "No, you've had enough to drink. I'm not gonna get you a drink." He said, "Fuck it, I'll get it myself." Meanwhile, Larry David he's in the bathroom and his shoe is untied.
Yeah.
And the guy gets up, he's in the hallway scuffling with the goddamn flight attendant to try to get him a fucking drink on his own. Larry David comes out of his fucking bathroom and he trips over his own shoelace and hits the guy and falls on top of the guy. And the guy goes, "Oh no, I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. And everybody goes, "Yeah, he's a hero."
Always love it when you come here counting an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm for us.
Yeah. No problem, man.
It's always very animated. I wish we had video so people could see how animated you are.
I wish I could do it every week.
Yeah.
I think I do.
Yeah.
Probably.
So how was dinner tonight? We didn't talk about that yet.
Dinner, man. God damn.
It's supposed to come up in the beginning in terms of our format, but we always need to bring it up at the end. So maybe we'll make that little switch.
Oh, and I think I'm always more excited than everybody about fucking dinner. I must be a fat fucker.
I think you're the fattest amongst the crew.
Yeah. But that damn. So tonight, guys, Podcast World. Trevor Navarre. I mean, no. Just kidding. Trevor made some fucking roast beef sandwiches on toasted onion rolls. And
That is correct.
cheddar cheese, and he mixed up some fucking sauce from this fucking Wild Blue Yonder somewhere. That shit was awesome.
Some homemade beef and cheddars.
Homemade
essentially.
beef and cheddars. That motherfucker was good,
It
man.
was delicious.
It was inspired by him and what he thought was Travis's first job, but
Well,
Travis had a
Might
whole
as well
fucking
have been.
career before that.
yeah.
I would
right?
have to say my
But-
first enjoyable job.
Yeah,
I would
Arby's.
like to say
Arby's.
that. Yeah.
It was a Arby's inspired sandwich, man. That motherfucker was OTC. It was good.
OTC?
Yeah, off the chain.
Oh,
shit.
duh.
I just made that shit up.
Just now?
There ain't nobody else saying that shit.
Trademark. Say trademark.
I kind of
Trademark,
actually
trademark.
got it though.
Huh? Yeah,
got the
yeah.
OTC. As
Tom
a
got
fellow
it.
sandwich maker from Arby's, I respect.
Tom had his own sourdough bread toasted with some horseradish mayonnaise that he made up, and the mayonnaise took all the motherfucking kick out of the horseradish.
Sounds like you're reading a prompter.
Yeah, he was pissed off about that shit. Yeah. It sounds like I'm reading that shit. I am
Right there.
calling it from my fucking brain.
Oh, scrolling in your brain. I see.
But it was good, man. The sandwich was good. The dinner tonight was, as always, it was great.
On
Except for
point,
that damn Popeye's fucking fried chicken shit.
Yeah,
I didn't like that.
me neither.
I didn't like the red beans and rice at all.
Hmm. What are you going to do, you know?
No.
You got to make sacrifices sometimes when you, well, not sacrifices, but when you knowingly make that choice to go to a place like that, what do you expect?
Yeah, you got to be prepared for the worst.
Absolutely.
It was horrible. Chris liked it, though.
Oh, yeah. Chris loves everything.
Chris was fun.
He always enjoys a good meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a wild one for sure.
So I was coming in here tonight, and for some reason, I came down Beersford.
Mm-hmm.
And which I never come down Beersford to come here. I usually come down Euclid. Anyway, I passed by Travis's street, and I look over there. I say, "God damn, that look like Travis's car." I don't see many of those cars with the black stripe, and then you got some other little shit on the side of your black stripes on your car, on the hood of your car. I was like, "Damn, that look like Travis's car." Then I saw a fucking magnetic sign on the side. I was like, "Oh, that must be a fucking maid service or something." I was like, I can't wait to see if he's here when I get here. And when I got here, you were here. I was like, that's fucking Travis's car, man.
Yeah, it was the magnet decals and stuff that we use for the Shelby Mountain Run. So we all had numbers and stuff on them to keep.
You never drive down the dirt street?
No, not in that thing. I can't handle the bump and stuff that it goes under.
Really?
Yeah, it'll bottom out and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Especially coming in here, man. They got them little fucking roots and shit over there on that one tree that come up off the ground about that fucking high. It seems like.
Yeah, that wouldn't be so good.
Yeah. My friend Beth, she has a fucking killer ass BMW. And when she comes down this motherfucker sometimes, she comes real slow. And her car she got all them goddamn sensors and shit. And I guess they got cameras underneath the car probably. I don't fucking know. But I guess her car be fucking beeping and shit coming in here, man, because it's bumpy.
I ain't got no beeps. What I got, I hear a and there I know.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Travis, so what's it been like for you? I mean, we're glad you came on. It's been fun having your stories. I learned a lot from you tonight. Some stuff we didn't know. A lot. And of course, once I listen back over it, I'll remember it even more. Anything you want to leave us with, or anything you need to say to the world out there?
No, don't have anything specific.
Nothing to promote? Not your new book?
No, definitely don't have a new book.
Oh, he doesn't have a new book either. God, I guess I should do my research.
No, that'd be cool. Maybe I should write a book.
Mixed him up with the UFO guy.
I mean, that was honestly one of the things I was thinking about doing before becoming a pilot was being a writer. I always thought,
oh yeah?
Yeah, I ended up having, I thought, pretty good writing skills, especially with my teachers. They would say that, just like, oh, you need to go into like writing, journalism, something like that. And I was looking at doing that before I kind of got the pilot bug. Always did enjoy writing.
I'm sure you got a couple good stories in you in terms of writing that stuff down. Because you write what you know, and truly lived that experience, then it's going to be genuine, and people will latch onto it. I'm not saying it'll, necessarily be good.
Shout out to Lulu.
Shout out to Lulu.
Shout out to Lulu.
I don't know why we're doing ASMR now.
Lulu pissed on Travis's bed. He's pissed right now. This motherfucker got about an $8,000 fucking bed.
Her stock has lowered. I'll have to say that. I've had her for a year, and yeah, that just happened. I was like, wow, and it was completely out of spite.
I feel like I can come over now.
Not neglect. It was completely out of spite.
But your last dog, and rest in peace, Miley.
Miley, yep.
Yeah, Miley was another animal, man. Miley didn't fuck around, man.
No, she had her tight circle, and anybody out of that circle, they could fuck off, according to Miley.
But I met Lulu the other day at Persimmon Hollow on Georgia Avenue. Mm-hmm. See that? When Lulu comes on, we'll be able to say, I'll remember this shit. When Lulu comes on, I'll say, man, yeah, what did we meet at, Lulu? First time we ran into each other. She'd be like, we ran into you down at Persimmon Hollow. You don't remember? Bitch. Like, yeah. But I met Lulu at Persimmon Hollow, man, and she was fucking awesome.
She has some fans. She is. She's
awesome.
She is. I love her.
And I love her. I love her a lot more than I had a brother named Lulu. He's passed, but I had a brother named Lulu, man. And when I found out your dog was named Lulu, I was like, that's my motherfucking dog. Awesome.
That's awesome, man.
So that's my shout out to my deceased brother, Lulu. Willie Hughley, Jr., the second. Had a father. My father was Willie Hughley Sr. My brother Lulu was Jr. He has a son that's the third. So there you go. Shout out to Lulu. That's the dog and my brother.
May he rest in peace.
Yes.
All right. Well, shout out to Lulu.
Yep.
Vic, is there anything else you want to leave us with?
No, man, I'm
You
good.
good?
I'm good.
Feel all right? Do you learn anything from Travis here tonight?
I learned a lot from Travis, man. I thought Travis was 3 feet tall. Ended up this motherfucker's 7 feet tall.
Wow.
He's got a lot going on, man. Been through a lot. I thought he was down here. This bitch is
Hey.
big time.
Yes, I grew for you. I grew on you. That's what
Yeah.
it was.
I always had mad respect for you, Travis, but tonight I found out a whole lot of shit that I didn't know, man. It's awesome.
Happy to share it. Happy
That's
to be
great.
here.
Glad you could be with us, man. It's been good. Hopefully you can come back for part 2 sometime.
I'd love to do it. I'll definitely can share some fun aviation stories that I wasn't able to do this year. Some near-death experiences.
Ooh.
I've definitely got a couple of those. So
Left that out of the outline. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in again. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Peace.